You know when the stories are so lit that you have no other choice but to make a video at work? What up, people? It's your boy Chid from Gooner Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new video. And fuck me, stories are picking up pace today. Monday is all action in terms of Arsenal transfer rumours. And that's right, you're through to Eagle Eye, the transfer rumour show, where yours truly talks to you about all transfer rumours, quite frankly, all rumours surrounding Arsenal. Okay, let's go with the big story. First things first. It seems like Arsenal have agreed a 5-year deal set to be about £60,000 a week for the 18-year-old Saint Etienne defender William Saliba. A fee is still to be negotiated. The reason this news is broken is that the belief is that the clubs have more or less or are getting to the point where they've agreed some kind of deal. I know the sticking point initially was that the club were desperate for us to loan him back. And it looks like, I don't know what, we don't know whether that has been agreed to necessarily, but it looks like Arsenal are going to finally drive this over the line. I'll tell you what, in terms of this Adidas kit launch, I think we're just going to parade a bunch of youngsters, whether it's Claude Alexis Maurice, William Saliba, and this next two players I'm going to talk about, which I literally just read today. I was just like, eh? So let's talk about this one. I'm going to butcher this man's name. I'm going to try my hardest. Pascal Kimpembe, right? I've really tried to pronounce that one. Probably butchered it. 23-year-old French Congonian defender, who is a PSG defender, and Arsenal have gone around a sneaky one and have decided to contact his father to see if a deal might be possible. He doesn't play that much for PSG. He is 23 years old. I suspect that he's probably one for the future that PSG are looking to depend on. I think he played very much a handful of games last season. And the thought process behind this is that if we can get him on board with the promise of first team football, he might be tempted. I don't really know how this one's going to be possible because they're talking about him potentially being worth up to £30 million. For a 23-year-old defender, plays for a top team. He's a good player. He's strong. He's got good pace. He's a left footer. Very aggressive though. Does pick up a card or two. But I like the thought that we're really starting to fill this team with some potential really good youngsters. Added to the fact that there's a Rob Holding there. Added to the fact that whether you think he's good enough or not, I guess, there's a Mavropanos there. You get rid of some of the shambles of your Mustafis and your Koscielnys. I imagine Socrates will probably stay 1 or 2 years more before he moves on. He's actually said that himself, that this Arsenal stint is not going to be, he's not going to finish his career at Arsenal. So I actually like this move. I don't see it coming off though, I'll be honest. I think the Izzo story that I talked about yesterday is much more likely, but I like this move. I gotta admit, I like this move. So yeah, apparently Arsenal are interested in Pascal Kimpembe. Let me talk about this story. This came from nowhere. I've not heard anyone talk about this. So Arsenal are after a Premier League left back. That's right, I did not mess that up. The move that most of us were expecting was Kieran Tierney, right? Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what's going on, but Arsenal are trying to fight with Liverpool. You know Southampton are Liverpool's bitches at this point. Well, Liverpool are sniffing around Southampton for their left back, Matt Targett. I like Matt Target. I think he's a good player. It didn't really ever occur to me as someone that we could potentially target. Pardon the pun. We do have quite a good relationship with Southampton, with Theo Walcott and Ox, and I know that the relationship was supposedly soured with Southampton with the whole Van Dijk situation. I think they felt that Liverpool tapped him up, and I remember seeing some news and stories of, that relationship has soured a little bit. I'm hoping we could take advantage of that because we need a left back. Personally, I'd like to bring in two. So if it's him and Tyranny, Chid is a happy boy. But Arsenal don't normally do business like that. We don't normally. Yes, we will all say that we need at least 10 more players, but Arsenal don't tend to work in that way. But supposedly we're after him, and they're talking about kind of quotes of about £20 million, which you might be sat there thinking, £20 million for Matt Target. Keep in mind, Matt Target's 23 years old. He's a Premier League player, and he's English, and that will explain the £20 million. For me, would I be happy with that? Yeah, I mean, let's be real here. He's better than what we have. Monreal was once a very good left back. He's also 33 years old. Kolasinac, at least for us, has never been a good left back. And I like the idea of bringing in someone who can not only play in a 4 but can play in a 5, because these are the shapes that Emre likes to play. There is a belief, there's a theory that Emre only plays the 5 because seemingly we're at our most solid when we play in a 5. And I tend to lend to that theory. I think his long-term goal is to play in a 4. So I do think it's important for us to look for someone that can slot into the team and play in that shape. So yeah, I mean, Matt Target, I don't know where that came from, but I'm happy. I'm excited. What do you guys think? I mean, this is a bit of a surprise story for sure, especially the Pascal's Kimpembe and Kimpembe. Say the name properly. And Matt Target. I mean, the Matt Target one, at least the Pascal one, you can kind of understand because he's PSG. He's a defender that's not being utilised. Quite honestly, that is our market. Our market isn't your say your Koulibaly's. It's the person who may have potential that is perhaps 3 defenders behind Koulibaly. That is just the reality of where we're shopping in at the moment, So yeah, for me, I'm happy with the positions that we're starting to target. Again, pardon the pun, but yeah, let's see what happens. Also, just for one more story, it looks like it's been confirmed, and I've just looked to check that the deal for Freddie Ljungberg has now been confirmed. Freddie Ljungberg, as of today, will be promoted into the first team as a first team coach, with Steve Bold, let's call it what it is, effectively being demoted to the under-23s. Who knows? Maybe Steve Bold will be happier there, to be fair. He'll be actually doing some coaching. And in fact, just to explain how their roles will essentially work. So Steve Bold will be focused on the under-23s and making sure that, and kind of reporting to Freddie Ljungberg in a way. So kind of reporting to Freddie and making sure that, if there aren't any youngsters who are ready for the step up, that Freddie is aware, and that once they do make that step up to the first team, Freddie's the one that's going to be really working closely with those youngsters. So your Reece Nelsons, hopefully your Saka's probably more likely to be the one that Steve Bold works with in order to get him ready for that step up. But your Eddies, your Ainsley Maitland-Niles, your Joe Willocks, your Emil Smith-Rowe's. I think those are going to be the guys where they're more than likely going to step up this season, and in which case Freddie will be working closely with it. I'm happy because he's supposed to be hot shit as a coach, and I think that's further backed up by the fact that he's had this promotion. So yeah, it's always good to have one of our own in there. I know people are always skeptical about the idea of having one of our own in there. See Man United, for example. But I think there's no harm in having a fresh face, someone who's actually good at the job, and can remind some of these idiots what it's like to actually win a game and be a winner. We're talking about an invincible here, so I'm all for it. Very, very happy. You guys, let me know what you think about the stories I've spoken to today. I've really just tried to concentrate on those 4 stories. Do let me know. Leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, please crush, please destroy, please drop hit that like button. You guys have done amazingly well so far. Please continue to crush that like button. I want to see if I can get past 100 again with this. All right, people, I'm out of here. Take care.